Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is gonna be on this look. It's a simple burgundy makeup look. So without talking much, let's dive into the video. I'm now using the Colorbar Perfect Match Primer Water in the variant Erase Me. I'm just gonna spray it all over my face and then gonna blend it with a beauty blender as I sprayed a lot. So now I'm gonna use the Maybelline's Instant Age One Concealer in the shade 122 Sand. It's a pretty thin concealer, so it helps in forming the perfect base for your eyeshadow. I'm using a lighter shade because that's gonna help my eyeshadow to pop up. I'm going in with a lot of concealer, like basically taking a generous amount because as I said, it's a thin concealer. So using a little excess can help us make a perfect base. It's like your second skin. So going in with a excess amount of concealer, a little excess amount of concealer would definitely help you achieve that flawless base for your eyeshadow. I'm gonna be using the K Beauty Loose Powder in the shade Banana and I'm gonna quickly dust it off on the areas we concealed. To be honest, I'm neither a pro nor a beginner. I'm somewhere in between. Now as you can see, once I apply the powder, it just makes it so smoother and it gives a good coverage also. It's a pretty, not a coverage, but it makes it look good. Now the base for the eye makeup is all done, so let's just move on to the eyeshadow part. For eyeshadow, I'm taking the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette in the shade Comfort Zone and I'm using the lighter transition shade. I feel this palette is a very beginner friendly palette and every beginner must have this. It's of such a good quality and it's so freaking affordable. So if you don't have one already, just go ahead and have it. So after all the biceps workout blending is over, I'm just gonna move on to the next palette. It is also by Wet n Wild and it is in the shade Rose in the Air. Now I'm taking the plum kind of a shade and applying it on the outer corner of my eye and blending it till I feel satisfied. Always have a Q-tip when you do your makeup because in that case, if something goes wrong, you can always erase that out in precision. Also, please don't mind my face. It looks tired because I didn't sleep well or get any good rest since the past 4 days, and I'm so tired. And I didn't feel sleepy again, so I just shot the video by 3:30. I started filming the video by 3:30 in the morning. It's now 4:07 in the morning, and I just immediately sat to do this voiceover after finishing the video. So I finished the video around 3:55, 3:57 ish, and now I'm doing this. So I sound so low and tired. Sorry for that. I almost don't use makeup. Like even when there are some wedding or something in my family, I used to never use makeup before because my skin used to perform so well that I never needed any makeup. With a bone shade from the same palette, I'm just gonna be filling the 1/3 front 1/3 of my eye. And again, as usual, I'm just gonna be blending it till I feel satisfied. It's the chamber eyeshadow stick in the shade Pearly Beige. I'm just using my finger because it's easier to use your finger and safer to use your finger when it comes to the creamy eyeshadows, because using a brush can always scrap the eyeshadow out of your eyes and give that patchy effect. So always use your fingers when you use a creamy eyeshadow or a foil kind of eyeshadow. I'm just taking the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer again, but in the shade medium now. And I'm evening out and blending out the harsh edges if any exist. I'm just gonna follow the same steps on the other eye as well. For my base, I'm using the K Beauty Hydrating Foundation in the shade 130Y medium, and I'm just gonna blend it out with a beauty sponge. I also feel the K Beauty foundation that I used is a little bit darker than my actual skin tone. The task of choosing your foundation shade or concealer shade online is a real game of gamble. I just prefer doing my base after completing my eye makeup. In that case, you can just wipe off the fallout if any happens during your eye makeup, hassle free with some wet wipes or something, and you can just have a fresh, nice base. I'm now concealing my eyes with the Pack Take Cover Concealer in the shade Stark Nude. To be very honest, I don't even like to use a concealer because I feel like I look like a hen without any, details in my eyes. Using a concealer erases out everything, every detail of my eye, and I look like a hen. So I also feel that the foundations I use give me a coverage that I'm happy with, be it thin, medium, full, or sheer. I'm happy with the coverage that my foundation gives, but still, for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna be using a concealer anyway. The first product I used from K Beauty is the nail enamel, which was also their first launch. Ever since I used it for the first time, I just fell in love with it. And from that day, I decided to buy whatever K Beauty launches, and I'm just loving all their products. They just never disappoint you. Again, I'm using K Beauty Matte Compact in the shade 110Y Light, and I'm just gonna quickly and very lightly set my base with it. Just tightly packing the same plum shade from the same Wet n Wild palette on my lower lash line. I felt like using a bronzer instead of a blush, so I'm not going to be using any blush in this video. I'm using Rimmel London's natural bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. I'm just trying to add some glow to my face with my fingers by using the Maybelline's Master Chrome Gold Highlighter in the high points of my face. I'm lining my eyes with Lakme Iconic Eyeliner. I also feel like a pro because I just did this with one hand. So self appreciation pats. Also coating some black kajal on my lower waterline just to add some drama. Moving on to mascara, I'm using Maybelline's Total Temptation waterproof mascara, and it's just smells so heavenly. I just love the smell of this, and it smells like vanillas and coconuts. And here we arrive at the final and my favorite part, that is the lipstick, of course. I love lipsticks. So I'm going to be using Nykaa's Mattelicious lip crayon in the shade Perfect Plum 02.